Inlet Dance has been part of the community for 20 years, but the Contemporary Dance Company has never had its own studios.
So we've been rehearsing in Medina. We've got stuff stored in Brunswick and in University Circle, and we've been rehearsing all over the city.
Artistic director Bill Wade says he's ready to give up that nomadic experience. In fact, the move to the redeveloped West Side building has been 3 years in the making.
We have two large studios that open up to a huge performing space. We will have storage for scenics and props. We will have another space that's for costume, wardrobe, and actually making because we make a lot.
This is not just a milestone for Inlet Dance, but a leap of faith with finances already strapped due to the pandemic.
We're on that edge of like, oh my gosh, this is really huge and this is really unfortunate timing. But I feel very solid about this building choice and who my neighbors are going to be.
One of his neighbors at the Pivot Center for Art, Dance, and Expression is another organization moving to its first home. Latinas, the Spanish-speaking theater company, will now present plays from its new Black Box Theater. The group plans to also utilize the space for community programming and rentals.
I have so many plans for the theater during, extracurricular time for the kids of the area. So that's, in our goals is to bring kids and teach them for free, drama and stuff like that.
Monica Torres started Latinas just 3 years ago, and the nonprofit is growing with some paid staff and stipends for actors. But that growth has slowed due to COVID, and they've scaled back some of their building plans.
All the big foundations that gave us money that support us, they had more important things to do at that moment because of the COVID, so they scaled down in the money that they were giving to the arts.
ICA, the Art Conservation Center, is also planning to move to the 3-story building in Cleveland's Clark Fulton neighborhood. The nonprofit intends to sell its current building less than 2 miles away, which would help with current parking issues as well as its bottom line. ICA Executive Director Julie Riley says earned income is down 40% this year and expected to be shaky in the coming years due to fallout from the pandemic.
We want to be ahead of the curve. We want to be ready. We want to be able to assure that our 70-year-old organization is here for another 70 years.
ICA is in the business of restoring old objects, so their stories can be told well into the future. This building has its own legacy as the former home to generations of the Astrup Awning Company.
It was a creative space. It was a space where people worked with their hands.
Rick Ferran says his vision for this $13 million redevelopment project is to bring something positive to the neighborhood. It was the center of national attention for all the wrong reasons back in 2013 when 3 kidnapped women escaped their captor from a home just down the street.
We feel like we're changing, hopefully, the perception here. We're part of the change that's occurring in this district.
Another building tenant is Cleveland Missing, a nonprofit started by Gina DeJesus, one of the women who escaped captivity. Other tenants include the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center and Cleveland Museum of Art. All parties seem to be betting on better times ahead for both their creative work and the community.